very imperative that it's actually done more broadly. And I got to tell you, part of this, overcoming sort of that negative inertia, I actually think is making sure that we really transform the culture of the organization and how people understand what's actually playing out within the organization. Because, I got to tell you, when I joined AF Group, I mentioned a little bit earlier, I used to lead innovation for our organization. Even as I joined, there were a lot of people that's never heard the word or the concept of what an InsurTech is. Yeah. And as you know, especially as you look at 2018 and some of the early days, there were a lot of InsurTechs that were either looking to partner with those in the industry or transform, what's been occurring, long-term in this insurance industry, right? And it was just because, I don't think it had anything to do with the organization. I think it was just because that people weren't introduced to those new capabilities, those new things that were playing out in the old days of insurance. So what I wound up doing in our organization is really driving something called InsurTech Day, in which we brought in several InsurTechs early on into the organization so they can really talk about what they're doing, talk about what they're seeing in the industry, but really talk about what that's going to mean to our organization as well as the customers that we're serving in the future, right? Because people haven't necessarily had the opportunity to really understand, okay, well, now things have significantly shifted from a customer expectation perspective. If we don't move along with that shift, then we're not going to be here for the long term, right? So really focusing on, well, how do we make sure that we can support this shift in the industry and make sure that we are going to be here for another 120, 240 plus years, as a company that's been a sort of a one monoline organization for more than 115 of those particular years, right? I'm Abel Travis from AF Group, and this is the future of insurance.